Here is our gold countermeasure. This is going to be fun. Program shift. So our goal is to create a complete message queue on this card equal to the number of renegades. Now what's a message queue? Each time you perform a shift or a push, we've been calling it a push action a lot, but it's really a shift action. You may instead remove the shifted token from the network and place it on this card at the end of a message queue. And the message queue has to be in this order. It has to be a virus, a replicant, an uplink, a data node, and then a spark. And we have to get 2 of those on this card and not run out of sparks. The amount of sparks that we have left in the supply is only 7. And don't forget, because we're playing Spider now in the gold, we roll 3 times for sparks every turn. This is going to be fun. Our next step is going to be the spark step. And remember, 3 times we're going to have to roll.
3.
That's a yellow. We'll place our first spark right here. Here's our second roll. Red. Salvation. That second spark's going to go here, right with Monica. And our final roll, gosh, there's a lot of sparks. Ooh, that's our first one in freedom, isn't it, Monica?
Pretty sure.
Yeah. That is definitely our first one in freedom. And you guys, we have literally 4 left in supply of sparks. First thing I'm going to do is use my decrypt. I still have a basic card in my deck, and that's going to allow me to do 2 movement. I'm going to snag these 2 viruses, and then I'm going to go 1 for 1 movement. And then this is free because there's a data node all the way over to here for 2. And I'm going to pick up this virus. So now I have 3 viruses in this location. Then I'm going to pick those viruses back up and do 2 more movement with this Project Consciousness. And that's going to allow me to move to this partition, bringing these 3 viruses. I am going to delete some sparks. I'm going to use this card for 1 deception, plus 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to 2. Come on. Chip Theory, help me out. Oh, it almost rolled to a 6. That was going to be a problem. 2 to 2, we definitely won. So with that, I'm sorry, I have this here. That way you can see the 2 sparks. I have deleted both of these sparks. Awesome. Then I'm going to use my Trickery Master, use that as 1 information, to do a movement into here and bring my 3 viruses. I'm just going around here and defeating some of these sparks. And I'm going to do an overwrite interrupt and have 1 destruction, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to 2. Okay, there's nothing like a little luck in a game, right? Let's see what we get. Oh, 5 to 4, definitely 1. This will allow me to delete these 2 sparks as well. So you guys can kind of see what our plan is. I'm going to be doing deleting sparks. Monica's going to be doing the shifting, hopefully, to get our 2 message queues. But she's got a lot of shifting to do, so we'll see how it works. That'll end my turn. I didn't have any cards in my hand. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here is my 5 new cards that I've drawn. Ooh, lots more destruction, which is nice. Some information so I can move. I'm not going to complain. And let's just make sure, looks like we are set for sparks surrounding any contaminants. Ooh, let's see. No, these aren't all closed. Those guys are good. I think we're good. Wait, this one? Oh yeah, this spot's good. All right, yep, we're set. At the beginning of Monica's turn, we should reset the Hack Shack, but the Hack Shack, I didn't buy anything, so we'll leave it as is. So now it's Monica's turn to roll the server die 3 times. Here's the first one. Oh, yellow. At this point, you guys, it's not good that we're putting these out, but there's no good spot to put them. That's a 6. Thank you. We should be putting it on the 4. Thank you, Monica. She keeps me honest, you guys. Here's roll number 2. Green. Yeah. That's awesome, Freedom. Yeah. Okay, so we said that was awesome. That actually is not awesome. Not awesome at all. Because at the end of the turn, if Monica doesn't get rid of one of these sparks, all of this is deleted. Now, I mean, we're not really using it, but we don't really want to lose contaminants. So that's something to think about, Mon. Here's that final roll. Okay, Justice. We'll place that right here. And that means that if we get 1 more on Justice, we could lose this Neuro Hub.
First thing I'm going to do is use my self-modifying inhibitor. And I'm just going to use the execute to delete 1 spark on your partition. So goodbye, spark.
Thank you.
Next, what I'm going to do is use my replicant jar to move. I'm going to just use the leadership as information to move to here. And then what I'm going to do is start shifting everything onto program shift, the countermeasure. So I have adrenaline surge as well as my iteration, and I'm going to use them all as cognition. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to shift them onto the countermeasure. So I have to shift them in order. So first I shift the red, yellow, green, blue, and last but not least, the spark.
Talk about clearing out a partition.
So
Jeez.
halfway done.
You did that in one turn. One turn. That's awesome.
So I still have one in my hand. I get to draw 5 more.
So glad you have what do they call it? Cognition. I just do not have any cognition in my deck. So Monica saved us a little bit. We did not have to delete all of this because she cleared out these two. Now, this NeuroHub is very close to getting deleted, though. If we roll another Justice, this is gonna be in jeopardy. Let's refresh the Hack Shack for me, and let's roll for some sparks. This is the first roll. Okay, not terrible, and we're doing Salvation. That puts 1 over here with our Deception, or our 2 viruses. Here's our second roll. Oh my gosh, another Salvation. That'll place 1 here on partition 3. And our final roll. Oh, that's gonna put 1 on Faith. That will place 1 on my spot, which isn't terrible. I'm gonna continue my rampage on these sparks. Let Monica do all the hard work. I'm just going to defeat some sparks. So I'm going to do the execute action here to instead have 1 contaminant on your server swap partitions with 1 spark on your server. So I'm going to have these 2 swap locations because then I can do a reset spark. And then execute is delete all sparks on your partition. See ya, 2 sparks. Didn't even have to do anything. Then I'm going to use my data shift, which lets me use 2 information, and I'm going to go 1, 2, and I'm going to pick up this virus. So I have all 3 viruses in here, and I'm going to use my infiltrate. So that's going to give me 2 destruction, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7 to their 2 for our infection roll. 7 to 2, guys. Let's see what we get. Oh yeah. 6 to their 1. Gosh, I'm loving these dice right now. That means we can delete both of these sparks, and that's just giving us some more sparks in the supply. We now have 2, 4, 6, 7, which is really good, right? We need how many more left? We need 2 more to be able to last for sure. I think we can do that. I didn't use my diversion, and I'll draw the rest of my deck. So I've got diversion. Oh, look at that. 2 more. I've got EMP and sidekick. And I've got more movement. Oh, yeah, and read receipt. Sweet. Let's just see if any of our contaminants are fully surrounded. These 2 are safe. These ones are all right. Oh, that's open. Thank goodness. That's open. That's open. This one and this one are open. We're good. To start Monica's turn, we're looking here at the Hack Shack, but don't have to do anything because I didn't actually upgrade my deck. None of this stuff really fit in my deck anyways, so we're just leaving it as is. And now it's Monica's turn to roll for sparks. Faith. That is not too shabby. We'll place 1 here. Here's that second roll. Her current server, which would be, let's see, Virtue. We'll place that spark right here. Final roll, let's see what we get. Oh, Faith again. Literally, Monica is just undoing all the work I did. Thanks, Mon. Making me feel like I'm really useful in this play.
First thing I'm going to do is use the reveal effect here to replace everything in the Hack Shack.
You can choose what, but you want to do everything? Maybe leave this one just in case?
Sure.
Okay. Let's refresh these 3. Ooh, more duality. Nion ship. Ooh, I like this one for you.
I am going to use my dancing pig to buy the self-modifying inhibitor, which allows me to delete one spark on your partition, and then I may add a replicant if I wanted to, although we don't have any left.
They're all viruses.
First thing I'm going to do is use my data scan, and I'm going to have 2 movement. I'm going to move here to pick up a virus, move into this location. Now I can start shifting them on to the goal again. I'm going to shift all of them at once again. So I need 5 different shifts. Here I have 2. Leadership here makes 3, 4. And a leadership here makes 5. So ready? Here we go. We needed the virus. Oops. Then the replicator. Replicant. Then the uplink and the data node. And finally the spark.
Wow.
Our goal has been completed. Now we just have to survive. I have 2 cards left, and I'm not going to play either of them, so I'm just going to discard this one. Then I'm going to draw up my hand with the rest of my cards.
Look at you. Look at all that destruction. Yeah, with an EMP. Yeah, that's perfect because you can just use that to just get rid of some sparks. So we're sitting pretty right now. We're sitting pretty well. What we want to do is eliminate as many sparks on the board that we can. We can get a better score then. So that's what we're going to try and do. We should have also looked to see if any of our contaminants were fully surrounded. And still, I think we are okay. We're getting close. Oh, wait, where? Is that fully surrounded?
Yep.
Oh, no. So we have lost the propagator installation. Thank you, Monica, for catching that.
Couldn't make any more anyways, so.
Oh, that's right. We couldn't even make any more. That's right. We were out of viruses. So that's why we did that. That was on purpose. Let's refresh the Hack Shack for me. Not that I've been using it, but let's see. Maybe I will this time. And we'll roll for our 3 sparks. First, we have Virtue. So now you can see we have just surrounded these 2 contaminants. And so if I can't do anything there, which I probably can't, those 2 are going to be deleted. Darn it. Here's our second roll. Faith. Faith isn't nearly as bad. Place it right here. And our final roll. Oh, Freedom. And we'll place that spark here. And you know what, you guys? We have 1 spark left in supply. So I have some work to do. First thing I'm going to do is play Emit EMP. Use it for the destruction here to do an infect action. So we've got 2 points here, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 to 1. And don't forget it's also a fact that if we succeed in our infection, we can delete all sparks from one of the adjacent partitions. We've got a 7 to 1. We should be able to do this. And it would be helpful if I rolled the die on... Oh, come on. There we go. Whew! That's 7, but we're at 9. We just beat that one. We'll take out this spark. And because of the Emit EMP, we can take out an adjacent spark, and we'll take out this one. Then we'll use our Read Receipt for movement. We'll do 2 information moves. Move here, bring our wonderful virus posse with us. I'm loving this posse. And then we can simply just play Sidekick, which allows us to delete 1 spark on our partition or an adjacent partition. And we'll delete this one so that we don't have to delete these contaminants. Lastly, we'll play our Ginger Cool here, and we'll use that 1 leadership as destruction. So we'll have a fight here of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to 1. Okay, 6 to 1. It isn't guaranteed, but it's close. Oh yeah, we took that one out. We can say sayonara to that spark. And that gives us a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sparks in supply, which I'm feeling good about. And this is our last turn. There's nothing we can do with this deception, so I'll just discard it. Let's check quick here to see, did any of these get deleted? I don't think so. I think we protected them, right? Mm-hmm. Yep. Okay, so then we've refreshed the Hack Shack, but I didn't buy anything again. I just used my deck. So now we move to Monica's turn. Ooh. That'll place one here. Oh, that's getting close to surrounding. If we get a 6, well, that should, well, you never know. Number 2. Another Justice. Oh boy. It's a good thing we don't have anything inside of Justice. Otherwise, we'd be having some problems. Here's the final roll. Virtue. Weakest and lowest number. That would be 3. And let's see. These would be surrounded again, potentially. All right, Monica, what are you thinking of doing?
First thing I'm going to do is use Sabotage. And I'm going to use the leadership as information to move 1. And I'm going to move here. Next, I'm going to use Sidekick. I'm going to use Execute to delete 1 spark on an adjacent partition. So I am going to delete it from here. Then I'm going to use the Read Request Intercept. And I'm going to use this as a deception so that I can do the Modify action and change that to a data node.
Nice. And that's because of her special ability. Remember, she counts as another replicant once per turn.
I'm going to use the Memory Steal as information so that I can move over here. Lastly, I'm going to use Emit EMP to do an Infect action. And so we have 1, 2, 3, 4 against the Sparks 1.
Now, is this your first infection action?
No, I'm sure
You did one other one, but you didn't even roll because it was guaranteed. So this is your first time rolling.
I'm not as good of a dice roller as Colin is.
Yeah, we all know.
More lucky.
Oh,
But hey, I think that one works.
Look at that.
So I've defeated the spark, and then the also on this card says that I can use it to delete all sparks from 1 partition adjacent to mine. So we'll take 1 more out. And then I cannot use my last card, so I'll discard it and we'll call it a game.
So we look quick to see end game step. Any of these deleted? No from being surrounded, although this was really close. Look at that. I was 1 away from having all of my wonderful viruses deleted. So now we move in to see if we actually won the game. First thing we look at is any place where there's viruses and sparks, we do a roll off. So we're going to do that just because it might affect our game end scoring. We'll do this one first, followed by this one. Each one, it's a 1-to-1 ratio, so whatever comes out, comes out. So I'm thinking Monica should roll the white die, and I'll roll the red die. Okay, first one. What? Wow! You rolled low, but I even rolled lower. Okay, so that was a fail. So that means we lost this virus. See ya. All right, second one. Oh, yes. Okay, I won that one. This means this spark is deleted, but we also have this replicant deleted, which is not terrible. After this, we look to see if we've completed our objective. Do we have 2 message queues on this card? I think we do. So we'll take these off, and then we'll look to see what our success is. Return all contaminants in the message queues to the stock and distribute their sparks back into the network however you desire. This new message program takes a while to upload and install, but it's pretty nifty. Well, I mean, that's still not great, but essentially what would happen is these 2 sparks would not go into supply like I was hoping so. That's okay though. We at least did not have to place more sparks on the board. Let's count up our score to see how we did. So first we get 1 VP for a complete set of 5 spark tokens in the stock. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we had 2 more left over. So that's 1 VP. Then we get 1 VP per installation token on the network. All we had was this one, our NeuroHub. So that's 2 total VP. Then we get 5 VP per Guardian token in the stock. Well, the nice thing is we didn't even see a Guardian token. And that is, there's 5 of those. 5 times 5 is 25. So we're at 27 so far. Then we get 25 VP per security level successfully completed. That's awesome. So we completed all 3, so that's 75. So our total is 102 according to the statistician. So that puts us right in the major victory. Yeah. If we wanted a decisive, we just needed about 4 more points. That would have been so awesome. But anyways,
only that other installation hadn't gotten deleted.
Yeah, actually, the installation wasn't done. There's only one more VP.
Oh, I thought it was 5.
Yeah,
Right.
I don't even. We would have had to do a lot more to get that many more VP. But still, a good game. I'm happy with it. Whew! So that was a fun game, you guys. We spent way too long on that second objective. That was the hardest one.
But we got it.
But we got it. That was right. We got it. Thanks to Monica. That was fantastic, though. So much fun. So what do we think about the game? Well, first of all, we just love it. It's so much fun. It's such a great puzzle game with a fun deck building element that makes you feel like you're really increasing the value of your deck immediately. Bind to your hand, eliminating old cards. There's not a lot of... The AI movements are simple, straightforward. They don't take so much time in the game where you kind of almost lose the game feeling that you're playing it instead of the game's playing you. You don't get that feeling at all with this. Everything's about us doing actions, and then there's quick spark movements, and then you go right back to doing your turn, which I really appreciate.
I also think the abilities of the different actions, the different contaminants, are really nice. They're diverse and they each have a unique benefit to the game. And the 2 characters we played with today are really, really beneficial in getting rid of the sparks. So I think that worked really well.
Yeah, I think we picked the best 2 against Spider just because of what Spider would do with those sparks. It's so nice to have a team that can either modify or delete them relatively easily. And I would say each ability for the characters is substantially different, and it provides you with a different way of playing the game. And not only that, your starting deck is different. So you saw I didn't have a lot of uplinks or cognition, in my deck. But Monica, she did. Instead, I had more like the destruction and the information, which is great for me getting to be able to move around and bring my viruses and destroy those sparks. So you guys, I'm also going to do a written review on this one. I haven't done a written review in a while, but I really enjoyed this game, and I don't feel like I'm doing it justice now because it's like 1 o'clock in the morning and we want to go to bed. So check out my written review. I'll put a link in the description at the end of this video for the written review. You guys can read it, see what you think, and yeah, I really hope you guys back Ricky on Kickstarter in this game. It is phenomenal. You will not regret it. Thank you so much for watching, and have a great rest of your day.